So I've been a very busy bee. I just had a birthday. I've had some stuff planning for October for, Halloween Horror Nights, whatever. I'm still working the night shifts, so not as much time to watch movies again. But when I do watch my AMC Fear Fest. That is a fan that I'm a fan of that I do every year. But I still made some time to watch movies that you recommended. If you're new here, this is part 5. I do little snippets of ratings, what I rated, what you recommended me to watch, specifically horror movies. I give you a slideshow of a visual representation of the movie. So I rate 5 movies at a time. First up, we're going to do is Satanic Panic. This is from 2019. A pizza delivery girl at the end of her financial rope has to fight for her life and her tips when her last order of the night turns out to be a high society Satanist in need of a virgin sacrifice. So I've seen this as just panic in stores just because they're not allowed to put, I guess, Satan's name on there. I'm not sure. But it starts off very innocently with a broke city girl, like it said in the description, delivering pizzas on her Vespa. Yeah, this you're gonna see some weird pictures in this movie. Um, Her Vespa breaks down while she's delivering pizza to a rich house, and she sneaks in from the side of the house because the guy didn't give her a tip. So she's like, "Hold on, I need tips for my gas." And she tries to like go through the patio door or something like that. And she walks into this cult that's happening. Yeah, it's got some funny lines, and the script isn't as cringe as I thought it would be, but it's got gore and guts like this right here. One of the cult leaders, sticks her hand in a dead person's body and pulls out his heart. Here she's pulling out his intestines. So yeah, there's some pretty cool kills. One involving an electrical wiring giant twisting dildo. To be honest, the story kind of fell off towards the second half. I kind of just zoned out, to be honest. The ending was a little weird for me, so I'm gonna give it a 1.5 stars out of 5. Yeah, not starting off strong, but you know what? There's some better ones here that are coming up. Next one up is Fear. I've been wanting to watch this for a while. Finally, it came up on streaming. Tubi coming in clutch, sponsor me. Um, but Fear came out in 1996 when Nicole met handsome, charming, affectionate David. He was everything. It seemed perfect, but soon she sees that David has a darker side, and his adoration turns out to be obsession, their dream into a nightmare, and her love into fear. So I love watching a 90s horror flick that I haven't seen before. Excuse me. Oh my god, I thought my mic was muted for a second. The audio was weird. That's the first thing I noticed. One of the like the one-on-one conversations are quiet, and then like the loud party scenes s- just blasting in your ear. So it wasn't very equal, if you know what I mean. Mark Wahlberg plays his character really well, being the obsessive stalker. I think this is one of his early films. Is he an 80s actor or 90s or earlier? I don't know. But this movie was good. It had drama, suspense, tension, not so much horror. I would call this a thriller for sure. I don't know why. I think it's labeled horror. I don't remember. But warning, there is a dog decapitation, and it looks real. I wasn't ready for that at all. These pictures are not very good. It's just like one still per frame. But yeah, the dog kill. I don't know. The last 15 minutes are pretty crazy with the whole gang breaking into the protagonist house. That was crazy. That's kind of where the dog decapitation begins. There's some really cool camera shots of Mark's character that makes him look more intense. If you've seen the movie, you know what I mean. How it like focuses and then defocuses, and then he comes into the picture like this, like looking at the camera. Overall, pretty good 90s thriller, except for the dog death, which takes away a point automatically. So I give that a 3 out of 5. See, we're getting better. We're getting better. Oh, it just says rated R. It doesn't say the type. So up next, oh, that's not the one. No, that's not the one. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. 2007. Also, if you're new here, I don't really like editing these kind of videos. I just do them on the fly. Okay, here we go. So this is obviously a French film called Inside. Oh my god, don't play, don't play. Also known as À l'intérieur. 2007. 4 months after the death of her husband, a woman on the brink of motherhood is tormented in her home by a strange woman who wants her unborn baby. I'm teaching myself French at the moment. I'm on like my 30-day streak. I just hit my 30-day streak, and I was practicing before, and I practiced in high school, teaching myself French. So this was perfect timing for a film to watch. Again, this was another film where the audio was recorded pretty low. I had to turn my volume like pretty much all the way up. It's a little slow, so I was hoping that the second half of the movie will make up for it. And it did pick up. Once the second half hits and a new character is introduced, it becomes a bloody mess. Bloody mess, I'm telling you. As you can see in some of these pictures. When you first hear the knock on the door in the middle of the night, that's when, this is how the peak happens. It's pretty creepy. It's a conversation. The person that's knocking in the door at night is like, "Hey, can I use your phone? Mine's dead." And the owner's like, "No, you'll wake my husband. He's sleeping." And the guy's like, "No, he's not sleeping, Sarah. He's dead." And she's like, "How do you know my name?" That kind of stuff freaks me out. Like that's likely to happen, you know. The antagonist, this one in the black dress, scary psychotic woman. Jesus. The last half hour gets even bloodier with heads exploding, stabbing in the eyes. The CGI was pretty bad though. When someone gets a spray can and a match and they light it to her face, like, yeah, this, that. And they light it in her face, the fire looked really ridiculous. It's got one heck of a plot twist though, um, on who this woman was that broke into her home for her unborn child. The last shot was pretty cool with her burnt face. There's the exploding head. With her burnt face sitting in a rocking chair holding the baby. This was crazy bloody. So I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5 as well. Okay, two more people. Up next, you told me to watch The Monster Project. Oh, this one. Wow. So this is from 2017. A recovering drug addict takes a job with a documentary crew who plans to interview 3 subjects who claim to be real life monsters. There's so much happening outside. I'm so sorry if you can hear that. It was quiet. That's why I'm like, okay, I'll film now. And they're like, oh no, I'm gonna do everything now. I don't know if you heard that, the honking. Anyway, so this is a found footage movie that I have never even heard of. This picture alone, woo, it basically starts off with 2 people making a video catching a monster wolf thing, for views. And they upload it to YouTube and they decide to keep on going once they see that it went viral. And they put an ad on Craigslist looking for actors to play the monsters, like, oh, we need some vampires. Pretend you're a vampire and we'll interview you and you can tell us how that's like, that type of stuff. So they eventually do. They go to this insane asylum. holy moly, like look at these stills, man. So good. It's a bit of a slow burn. You don't see much happening in the first half. There's a good chunk of the first half focusing on a love interest, which I feel like didn't have much at all to do with the story. But once see, like, here are the interviews. I forgot what this girl claims to be or is pretending to be, but then she ends up being the real thing. Anyway, it kind of reminded me of ghostly encounters with the behind the scenes shooting at a haunted location. Like he's like, "Oh, cut. Okay, let's try that again with a little more emotion." Like this girl right here is pretending to be a vampire. So there's the crew interviewing her. But yeah, about this chick, she looks pretty bad. Not badass, but just bad. Like those contacts, come on. Come on. But when it gets down with doing the interview with the monsters, um, it's lackluster. Nothing happens. But once the monsters activate, they look really good. And that's when stuff gets really good. The rest of the movie, the crew is fighting their way to try to get out of the house with the monsters chasing them. Shiri is this girl. She's the scariest demon of all of them. She looks like an innocent girl, but once she turns, you hear her bones crack, and she does the bridge as we saw in right there. She does the bridge and she walks backwards towards you while doing an inhumane scream. Like, okay, this is her. She's acting all innocent. She goes from this to this. I like the head camera that a person has, so we see some cool point of views with the demon monsters. It's got a really good plot twist at the end, though. If you've seen this movie, you know the plot twist that's going on. So this one, I'm giving it a 3.5 out of 5. It was almost a 4-star movie for me. Thank you, whoever asked me to watch this. This was really good. And the last one we're going to talk about today is The Curse of the Necklace. Now, hear me out. It sounds bad. It's from 2024. Family navigates turbulent 1960s dynamics. Mom separates from alcoholic husband. Daughters grapple with changes. Dad's antique gift hides dark force that imperils all. First of all, the description is kind of weird. So here's one of the covers. Immediately, yeah, this sounds like a B movie. And I don't know about you, but I'm getting tired of seeing like bitter divorced parents who clearly hate each other, and the dad comes to see the kids on the wrong day and the mom is angry, and it's like that trope is so overdone to me. But I do enjoy cursed object movies, so I wasn't dreading watching this. I was kind of looking forward to it. The jump scares are pretty weak and predictable. Basically, anytime, so the thing with the necklace, basically, anytime someone holds it, not necessarily has to wear it, but if you're just holding it, something bad happens, like a door slams, the birds are going crazy in the cage, a ghost appears, stuff like that. There are surprisingly no slow parts. Every scene was important and having to do with the storyline and the necklace. Not sure why every possession movie has to have animal slash pet deaths. Just another annoying trope that's overdone. It's so overdone. As soon as I see someone as a pet, I know they're gonna die. But fun fact, the two main sisters, these two right here, are sisters in real life. One being the girl from Megan, which is this one, and the other one on the left is from The Black Phone. I believe she played Gwen. So I didn't know that. And I was during the movie, I'm like, they kind of look alike. And I'm like, oh, because they are sisters. We get a backstory on how the necklace was cursed, and it gets pretty interesting. I don't want to spoil it if anybody here wants to watch it, but overall, a pretty better movie than I thought it was going to be. So I gave that a 2.5 out of 5. And that is it, guys. That is my quick 5 movie reviews. I do have about one video left. I have about maybe 8 movies, so I have like one or two parts to make of this. If you want to keep this going, just keep recommending me movies and I'll keep watching them as long as they're streaming. But thank you guys so much for watching. That guy keeps honking, it's so annoying. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!